Friend said he doesn't like skeleton pun. I need to put more backbone into them. Thank you, Hard Revenge, for the 100 bits. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's jump off into Blue Shift for a PvP showdown in the semi-finals of today's Kung Fu Cup. To the top right-hand side, our red Protoss player, this is Zest. And to the bottom left-hand side, our blue Protoss player from Splice is Stats. Moving for better or worse, I have my new apartment now. I moved into my apartment like a month or so ago. I have a streaming room in my apartment. I'm just waiting for internet. So, I'm hoping to have internet in like the next month or so. They said I should have it like last week, and then they've said, oh, your internet's delayed, and now they've not told me anything. So I need to ring them up, but I haven't had a chance. That's one of tomorrow's jobs. But yeah, I'm just going to be casting from my actual apartment rather than like an office building, is the plan. So that's hopefully going to happen in the next month or two, probably by the end of January or so, I would say. So just getting that figured out and stuff like that, and we should be all good. So yeah, I just don't want to put my new posters up in here. I'm probably not going to put my posters up on the stream anyways. I might. They are pretty cool though. They do look really awesome. I was impressed. There's a couple that I think look better than the third one. Two of them look better than the third one, but they're all pretty cool. I'm excited to get them up somewhere. 1 month for internet? Yeah, it's actually insane. It's, I mean, I asked them, and they sent someone around to do the check right away, and it said, you might be able to get internet same day. I was like, cool. The guy came around, he's like, yep, you've got everything you need, I'll let them know. And I was like, okay, but when do I get the internet? He's like, well, you know, it's Christmas, man. You probably won't get it until, before Christmas. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm literally buying business line internet. Do you not think it's important that I have, like, you literally asked me how important the internet is to my business. And I was like, well, I can't do anything without internet. And now you're just, like, not going to put it in? So I'm going to ring them up tomorrow and be like, yo, you're literally not telling me anything? I'm gonna do the classic, you know what, this actually doesn't seem like it's a very good idea anymore. You know, you can't even put the internet in to begin with. Feels like I should probably go and find someone else, and that'll make them actually do something, so. But I mean, it's kind of true, like, I mean, the sooner I get internet there, the sooner I stop paying for this office build, and I instantly save like hundreds of pounds a month. And we can put on even more StarCraft tournament. So, yeah. You're not going to put it in, Wardy 2018? Aye, aye, aye. That's what they always ask me, man. Wardy, you're not going to put it in? No! Rifkin, I will not put my StarCraft into your channel. Or something like that. What server provider? I don't want to name names or anything. I'm not actually really annoyed. They did say like it could be up to like a month or 2 months when I first bought it, which is like 3 weeks ago, so it's not even late yet based on what they initially said. I just would like to kind of somewhat know more than anything, but I don't want to name names or anything like that. I'm pretty happy. I'm not in really a rush anyways. I'm super busy right now, so I wouldn't really be able to move my stream from here to home while doing all the tests to make sure that it's okay and so on. It's just not fun not knowing, you know, as well. It'd be nice to know that if I would, you know, if I'm going to have it before the end of December, for example, because then I can make plans to move out in January from the studio to my studio at home. Colexa Stalker's warping in here. Let's actually talk about PvP, because this is a lot of pressure coming in from Zest. Well, we do see Blink about to be done from stats, but he has way less units. He is down by 3 Stalkers as these Stalkers come in, and some of his Stalkers are up on the high ground as well, so this is a really one-sided affair. And man, Zest is going to jump right on top of this. Stats is going to be losing a couple of Stalkers here. He's going to lose out on some of these probes, and I mean, now his Stalkers from the high ground come down. He has Blink, which obviously helps, but Zest is already getting so much done. Zest starts up an Immortal back at home, realizing this is Blink, realizes he might have to start dealing with some of these Stalkers on the counter-attack sooner rather than later. And Zest will lose out on the rest of his Stalkers, so he really will start to lose out on army supply overall a bit. These are some nice target firing though. With 3 Stalkers left, he knew he could get a couple of one-shot probe kills, and that's what he goes for. Comes out 12 workers ahead, and so if Stats can't do something on a counter-attack now, Zest is going to be kind of very happy with himself. I mean, 10 to 12 workers up in PvP in a mirror matchup, that's obviously absolutely fantastic. But on the other side of things, I mean, you look at Stats, he does have Blink, and he does have some potential to make things happen. And that's why Zest started up that Immortal and really focused on getting Immortal out here to get this rolling. What, he's trolling for an internet sponsor? No, I don't need. I'm not upset about the internet situation. I'm just I really do just want to know what's going on. I'm actually don't mind still casting from the studio. I do kind of like it here, to the point where I'm even somewhat thinking about maybe staying. It's just very expensive to continue paying for this place while also paying bills at home now properly. Because I used to live with my parents, right? So I didn't have to pay as much. So it's that kind of cost versus is it worth it? And obviously streaming from home would be very good. And I overall think streaming at home will be better. I'll just be sad to say goodbye to my little office studio that I've spent so much time with. Anyways, Warp Prism coming up to the top side. Why would I stay in the office building? I am a little bit worried that if I start shouting all day long in my apartment, that my neighbor's going to be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Will you shut up and go away?" So, yeah. I don't know. My own hours. I mean, I get my own hours here anyways. It's 24/7 office, so I can come in and cast whenever I want at the moment. It's kind of weird because I guess, like, at home I have more of an issue casting at night, but here I have more of an issue casting through the day because there's other people in here through the day, but there's no one in at night. Whereas at home, there's no one in during the day, but there's people in at night. So I don't think it's that bad, though. I think it's quiet enough too. I think it's soundproof enough. I don't share any walls. I just share a floor with someone, so that's all I'm really worried about. By the time I get some, like, foam on the walls and stuff like that, I think it'll be completely fine. I don't even share, like I said, I don't even share any walls. It's literally just a floor. Like, it's like the floor is the only shared part of the building. So, like, my floor is someone's ceiling. That's it. So I think it's going to be fine. Anyways, so let's get this going. As you see this push from Zest. Obviously, he had a lot of units coming up. And with the fact that he went into Blink of his own, I mean, this push is very powerful. He had a lot of workers in advantage, which means his army's a little bit bigger now. He built up those Immortals a little bit sooner because he had that economy. And with his own Blink, this is going to be very, very good. Stats has Resonating Glaives for these Adepts, but I'm not sure how much that's going to matter as Zest comes in with a whole bunch of extra Stalkers now showing up, coming through. And they are just going to be, well, having a very good fight. And this is, I mean, straight up and simply just going to be GG. Zest was too far ahead after the early pressure here. Put himself into a great position. And Stats knows it. He taps out. Zest taking game things. Even if they're not really an issue. So, it's just one of those things. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure it'll be completely fine. I'm very excited to get my new place set up to stream from. Bottom left hand side, we have ourselves the red Protoss player from Sci-Fi Sports. This is Zest. Going against the blue Protoss top right from Splice, it is Stats. Jonathan worried Wardy. I mean, I don't worry about stuff that much. I'm just very considerate. I like to think I'm very considerate of other people, right? So I would hate to be the person to, like, make my neighbor's life hell because I'm shouting about StarCraft 2 in the middle of the night. But I mean, as long as they tell me, like, for example, if it was ever an issue and they just told me, I could just, like, cast more quietly at certain times. Like, that's totally a thing. That's totally fine too. I mean, I did that here as well. Like, my neighbors here were honestly kind of fucking idiots, because apparently they were complaining about me making noise for like 8 months, and I didn't hear about it a single time. So I had no clue. You know, I never hear them, so I was just like going wild. I was just casting away. I didn't think twice about it. And then after a while, so the owner of the building was like, "Yo, you need to stop making so much noise. They're complaining about you." And I'm like, "Oh, really? You know, was it just one day?" And like, "No, they keep complaining about you." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you tell me? Like, why didn't they come next door? They are like literally a door away from me. Why didn't they just come and say, 'Hi, can you shut the fuck up?' Or be a bit quieter?" And I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, I just cast a bit more quietly. Like, I don't have to go all shouty all of the time, right?" Especially if I just know people. It like blew my mind, because they were like, I think they really hated me for it, but I had no idea. So I mean, it was completely their fault for not telling me. Idiots. Absolute idiots. Just give them a heads up on what you do. I honestly, I mean, I don't want to give them a heads up. Like, I mean, if they have an issue, if they can come tell me, and it's fine. If they don't have an issue, they don't have an issue, right? It's all good. Wardy, when's the Ratata stream? Honestly, you're gonna have to ask Rifkin. I've got no idea. It's like Wardy needs to be a mind reader. Yeah. I should have predicted. Like, I should have just realized I was talking too loud. I don't know. I don't know how fucking walls work. If my neighbors never make any sounds, how am I meant to know how loud I am? Yeah, I mean, like, all they have to do is come around and be like, oh, hey, like, it's kind of loud. Can you be a bit quiet? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. No fucking problem. Because, you know, I can kind of cast like this. I can talk a bit more, like, quietly in general. I only talk so loud because I know there's no one next door to me at the minute. I can be this loud, right? So, anyways, this is just a silly discussion. It doesn't really go anywheres. It'll all be good. I'm looking forward to it. It should be really fun. I'm really looking forward to casting from home, actually. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's something I haven't been able to do for over 2 years. So it should be awesome. It should just mean I can do more streams. Maybe not necessarily StarCraft focus, because I already drive in to make sure I do as much StarCraft as I can, but stuff like being able to do like just like variety streams or like ladder streams a bit more easily would really help. It'll be awesome. It'll be fun. Cordy the Disturber of Peace. Yeah, that's what they call me, actually. I just really like to shout. I really like to piss people off. It's actually the only reason I go into StarCraft. I don't actually like StarCraft. I just like pissing people off. Oh, wait, no, that's Rifkin. Oh, if only he hit. That was such a good burn. Yeah. That's such a good burn that I ruined it by laughing at it myself. Couldn't hold it in. Robo facility. Dropping down here in the main base. Did you see the Oracle? Just having a little look around to see what's going on. Second Oracle is about to play join up, and obviously 2 Oracles can one-shot a probe so I could get going. What is this advertisement from Sin Sin? What is this? What the fuck is this advertisement? What? Just out of the middle of nowhere, 5 minutes into a PvP, Sin just whacks out my sponsor shout out, and I never even talked to him about it. What? Sorry, that just caught me so off guard. Oracle gets taken down. That caught me so off guard. I was like, what the hell? Oh my god. Get clean shaven like Woody for only $4.99. Doesn't even cost that much, Ben. I think it's £3. You can get a starter set. It's big deals. Big deals. It's not even my tournament. Like, it's not even like this is like the WardiTV tournament or something. And he's like trying to like get in my good favor for letting me cast. It doesn't make any sense. Oh well. Shout out to Sinster. He's a pretty cool Russian observer. He's probably the best Russian community caster we've had. Very considerate, always asking permissions, always jumping out of games if he's lagging. He's a good guy, is Sinsen. He's putting a lot of passion in. As we jump into a couple of sentries being produced, Resonating Glaives on the way up. Oh, you were talking about subbing to me. Well, so if you sub to me, you get a clean shave as well. Is that part of the sub package? Subscriber benefits. If you subscribe today, Wardy will come to your house and shave you. That sounded a lot creepier than I thought it would, I'm not going to lie. Stalker's blinking away as we do see the few extra gateways on the way up here from Zest. Resonating Glaives is on the way out, and just going to be seeing... there's a lot of gateways from Zest, actually. With the Glaives, the Immortals coming up, he is looking to get real aggressive here. I mean, really look to kind of go for like a big Adept Immortal attack in the near future. Probably with +1 or so. Obviously, in the meantime, stats take us a third next, and those are the sort of things that will slow down a little bit. More Prism on the way out here from Zest as an Immortal. Oh, Force Field goes down. It's going to be interesting because Stats has now still got a Stalkers over here, and Well, we actually have to see Zest turn a couple of his units around, but that Immortal's kind of on its own. I don't think this Immortal's actually very safe. Prism going across the map. Obviously, these Stalkers out of position, but then there is the recall potential from Stats here as well as he goes for the pylon power in. Oh my holy macaroni, what on earth? 7 gates in a robo on 1 pylon. Wow. Stalkers just blink out on the other side of the map. I mean, a couple of Immortals are applying some pressure. The Prism is here to warp in, but I mean, he just lost power to a ton of his gateways, and Zest is in the moment in a little bit of trouble. Well, there's the extra warpers coming in as his gateways come back online. So gateways coming back online here and getting ready to keep on pressing forwards towards the upper right-hand side of the map at the moment. Zest has a couple of Immortals continuing to set up, and it just kind of feels like Stats is starting to get a bit too much himself now, isn't it? He has Blink and Charge. I mean, Adepts and Glaives is nice, but it only goes so far, and I feel like we're kind of getting beyond the point where it's really going to work out. Maybe the Force Fields could be nice. Force Field the Zealots away a little bit, because obviously you don't have to have melee units yourself. You're a Zest. The Stalkers blink in, though. They get the Warp Prism right away. These Immortals just have no chance to really target down the Stalkers. There's so many Zealots, but actually the Zealots going down, well, those Adepts have worked pretty well against those Zealots so far. More Stalkers warping in, realizing that's the strength against the Adepts and the ability to target down the Immortals nice and fast too. A few Adepts will shade on forwards, and that's also a good threat to pull units around and out of positions. More Adepts shading across from the bottom left-hand side. New Warp Prism starts up now, but that's going to be very slow to come across the map. Adepts going to shade on through here and just going to be seeing a few more Zealots continue to warp in. Adepts not going to complete their shade there, and well, again, these Stalkers still trying to press forwards. Another round of Adepts moving forwards here, and again, a little bit of damage being done. That one Immortal taking quite a bit of damage. Adepts do jump in to get a Stalker kill. Zealots, oh, look at the Force Field's really good because it stops the Zealots from getting on top of the Adepts. Again, the benefit of this composition from Zest is you don't have to worry about having melee units of your own. The ranged units can fire over those Force Fields, so it's working out quite nicely. Stats, even with the +2 attack upgrade over +1, they're still struggling a bit here. Now these Zealots aren't running in for a long time. The Force Fields are very good once again. The issue is on the left side, those Sentries are really in a little bit of trouble, and they are taking quite a lot of damage. Stats is going to blink in for the Prism, and he will get it, but that blink in is going to cost him a bunch of his Stalkers, as Zest just seems to have a little bit too much. A couple more Force Fields will go down. That's going to be GG. Zest takes the series 2-0 and will be advancing through to today's grand finals of the Kung Fu